sitting up here. But this has been a tough year. We didn't expect to lose Bobby Bowden and my dad the same season. So thank you, Uncle Steve, for staying alive. He's also a football coach. But Bobby Bowden nor Dad, although they were both men of faith, neither believed in praying for football victories. Otherwise, Marshall would have won their first football game in 1971 when he was coach, and FSU would have a lot less wide rights. But I bring this up because this is the first year now with Bobby and Dad both in heaven. Not you, Bobby Bowden. Both in heaven. They got direct access there to God, and if the Seminoles beat the Gators tomorrow, we'll all know why. And if they don't, we'll know that bad things come in threes. If I didn't mention, I'm the third of Ron's 3 children with our mom, Kathy. And Dad was a relatively superstitious guy. Growing up, he would reply when, we would wish for a pony or a dirt bike or whatever with, "Yeah, sure, we'll get that for you as soon as my lotto numbers hit." It wasn't like a direct no. He'd leave that little bit of like optimism that, it could happen. But it was always, dependent upon those lotto numbers hitting. So when I was 22, we were still waiting. There's lotto numbers to hit, so I actually took a job at the Florida Lottery thinking maybe I could influence the outcome a little quicker. And it turns out that Dad's football number, 66, is too high to be a Florida Lotto number. And had he been playing the combination of his birthday and Cami and Aaron and I's birth months, then on January 4th, 1996, he would have won $17 million. And I never told him that, because I was saving it for this day, because if there was anything to make him roll over in his grave, it would be knowing that. But we talked about jokes for his funeral. He liked that one. And I would actually never have tried stand-up comedy if it wasn't for him. There's a lot of things I would never have done if it wasn't for him. Riding the world's tallest sky coaster. The 300-foot sky coaster I did because he became the general manager of that ride, remember? And that was ironically after years of him being the chief of fair ride inspection for the state of Florida, so he could get us into every county fair. We had VIP access to every fair in the state, and then he would never let us ride any of the fair rides, even though he was over all of the inspectors. He said, the rides at Disney World were built to last like 30, 40, 50 years, and those rides were meant to last a weekend at the fair. So he gave other advice over the years when we worked at Department of Business and Professional Regulation. He told me that you'll be amazed at how your career will just take off and improve the more attractive you get. And I was in college at the time, so I didn't really know how to apply that. Like, I was in my prime, looks or whatever, but I will say that since the fall before last, I've lost about 100 pounds, and our company's sales have grown by $1 billion. So you were right. Thanks, Dad. And speaking of thanks, Dad was thankful to our mom for and gave her credit for us turning out so well. And I'll just echo that today. And Doug, you both have shown a lot of understanding and grace with us kids and with our dad directly and indirectly over the years. And we want to thank you for that. And thank you all for being here today.